been translated, so it takes time for the translator to finish each chapter. So we have to put a pause on that book, and because, yeah, it's not ready. So now we're gonna move on to a new book. This book is very deep, but we're gonna read little by little and try and see how it goes. So it's this one. It's called This is Buddhism. Yeah. Yeah. So it's this one. This is Buddhism. If life must end, why do we live? The Message of Tanisho by Kentetsu Takamori, Mitsuharu Takamori, and Shigeki Omi. And translated by Juliet Winters Carpenter, who is our great translator, professor of in Kyoto University. And yeah, she's very good. Okay, so today is just a preface. Let's read this part. Martin Heidegger, 1889 to 1976, perhaps the greatest philosopher of the 20th century, indicated in his journal late in life that if he had known about Tanisho 10 years earlier, the history of philosophy might have been altered. So Tanisho, here, if I explain a little bit, is the most important book of Buddhism in Japan. It's written by one of the disciples of Master Shinran. Master Shinran is the founder of Pure Land Shin Buddhism. And yeah, it's very important book of Buddhism. Okay, I have only recently, through English translations, come to know the Eastern holy man Shinran. If I had known 10 years ago that such a holy man existed in the East, I would not have studied Latin or Greek. I would have learned Japanese, listened to Shinran's teachings, and devoted my life to making them known throughout the world. But now it is too late. What on earth are the Japanese people thinking? After the war, Japan announced that as a culturally advanced nation, it would set about contributing to world culture. But as far as I'm concerned, we don't need any magnificent buildings or works of art. We don't need a thing. All we would like is for them to proclaim the teachings of Shinran. I wish that the Japanese people with whom we come into contact, whether they be merchants, tourists, or politicians, would have an intangible, unmistakable air about them of knowing deep teachings. People from around the world would then discover the teachings of the Master Shinran, the French in the French language and the Danish in the Danish language, and would likely accept and embrace them. World peace would finally begin to seem achievable, and the foundation would be laid for establishing the civilization of the 21st century. Today, philosophers and thinkers continue to show strong interest in Tanisho, a compilation of Shinran's teachings said to have been written over 700 years ago by his disciple Yuinen. To understand Tanisho, one must know the teachings of Shinran. What could those teachings be, which in Heidegger's words could make world peace finally begin to seem achievable and lay a foundation for establishing the civilization of the 21st century? However much you may suffer, never give up. In time, you will be blessed with great happiness. Everyone, irrespective of race, gender, age, ability, or wealth, can equally gain a happiness so tremendous that they will exclaim, "How glad I am I was born a human being." This was Shinran's unvarying message, set forth in his masterwork, Teaching, Practice, Faith, Enlightenment, or Kyogyo Shinsho. But it takes a specialist to understand what Shinran wrote there. The text is written entirely in Chinese characters, uses many words unique to Buddhism, and is extremely long. Only the most dedicated scholar could tackle the challenge undaunted. Yeah, these are Chinese characters. I learned some of them. Yeah, if you learn 2,000 of them, you can kind of handle living in Japan, reading maybe newspaper. So this is a page of the original manuscript of Teaching, Practice, Faith, Enlightenment in Shinran's own handwriting, 13th century. Yeah, I think it's a work of art. And if you're interested in these Chinese characters, maybe you can have fun with them to learn how to write your name or a word you love. Some Westerners, they tattoo the word for love or peace or harmony. Yeah. Okay, it continues. Okay, so let's finish it. In contrast, Tanisho is short, uses a mixture of Chinese characters and Japanese phonetics character, and is written in a pleasing rhythmical style. This helps to explain why it has attracted so many readers. Although more accessible than Teaching, Practice, Faith, Enlightenment, Tanisho is still a work of classical literature written 7 centuries ago, and it does contain many terms unique to Buddhism. For a long time, its main readers were Buddhist scholars, philosophers, literati, and intellectuals. But because the contents of Tanisho are extremely important for people of all times and places, we decided to write this book in an attempt to give those encountering Tanisho for the first time a general framework for understanding. By rights, any such attempt should include references to scripture and to Tanisho to satisfy those who may wonder, is this really what Shinran taught? However, for simplicity's sake, we decided generally to avoid direct quotations from scripture, Tanisho, and the works of Shinran, and instead provide explanations of the teachings. There is a close translation and amplified translation of Tanisho at the end of this book. Anyone who wishes to read a detailed commentary on Tanisho is encouraged to consult Unlocking Tanisho, Shinran's Words on the Pure Land Path, Ichiman Nendo, 2011. So I will explain more in the upcoming sessions. So have a beautiful Wednesday, everyone. And we will have Karma Lab today at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're joining us, hope to see you there. Thank you, Ashley, and everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you. You too, Stefan. Yeah, good job, Damon. I sent you some time that maybe you can talk with Yuichi or me. So yeah, hope to hear back from you and have a beautiful Wednesday. Bye, Naomi. Good job.
Bye.
Bye. Did you pick up your stuff from Tempo?
Yeah, I was able to come in the morning. Thank you.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. Bye.